Hey guys, I want to do a quick review of my AKASO V50 Elite, which is what I use to record on the motorcycle. I'm going to just do quick pros, cons, and other thoughts because I think this could be a really good choice for a lot of people, but there's a few catches with it. So let's get right into it. The first pro of this is it really does give a true 4K 650 frames per second. It looks really good, and it is a true 660 frames per second. Um, and it's for a good, fair budget price compared to some other options. It may not have the GoPro name, but you are getting the actual 4K that it promises. The second thing, which really should be the first thing in my list of things I want from this, is this has very good image stabilization. It really keeps it very buttery smooth when I ride, and you can buy this and not worry that it's going to underperform in that. Because I saw reviews for other Akaso or the cheaper versions, and some were getting hit or miss reviews. This one, you can rest easy. This one has above satisfactory stabilization. You will not have to worry about it. So if that's one of your key things, this at least this version, this Akaso product is okay. And then the third thing I'm gonna show you real quick here is that it is very easy to operate. There's no screen on the front, unlike some other ones, but it's stupid simple, and I mean that in the best way. All you have to do is you tap to change where it says record 4K 60. If you tap that, it takes you to change to like if you just want to do regular HD, different frame rates you got there. The cog on the bottom right will take you to the menu. There's only like three things. One of them stabilization on off. Plus minus will give you a little bit of a zoom, which you probably never have to use. And then the bottom left play button there will just show you whatever recordings you've taken. I have it in 4K 60 FPS mode, so it's showing me on my 128 gigabyte SD card. It's showing 3 hours. It's there's nothing on it, so 3 hours 5 minutes is available. If you change the where it says record here, if you tap this, so you can see here, look, there's different modes: slow motion, photo, etc. Did I do this right? Right? I'm saying this is easy to use, but I'm screwing it up. I'm sorry. This is actually put you into the record there. Why did I think that it would change? Let me see. Is this going to... I'm sorry. It was the cog that does video resolution. I apologize. So you can see of the different frames per second of the different things there. Camera mode. Oh, sorry. Camera shows you angle, ISO, resolution, stuff like that. ISO, special effects, driving mode, sounds. Doesn't have any like a great microphone, but it's good enough. It's not too noisy. I didn't have any weird sound issues. There's a little bit of a tiny hiss, but nothing I wouldn't expect. Just because it's kind of an open mic. There's nothing plugged into it. I haven't bought any special mics for this because what I'm using for doesn't really seem to necessitate that. And that's pretty much it. It's really that simple. You can't even screw this up. You could, when it came out of the box, it was 4K 60 FPS, and you could honestly never touch. Well, actually, yeah, the one thing you might want to do, it doesn't have the stabilization on out of the box. I did have to go in the menu to make sure that was on. But other than that, you could buy this and literally never press anything other than the on button once, and then you tap this up here. If you hold it down, it goes to Wi-Fi. If you tap it once, it starts recording. You could buy this and never press anything other than those two buttons ever, and just record and whatever, and then take the SD card out and put it in your computer and edit it. So those are the pros. It's super simple. Stabilization is beyond probably what anybody needs, and true 4K 60 FPS at a much lower price than a lot of other stuff, especially if you can find this on sale. The cons on this. The first one I'm going to say is it's kind of a weird one, maybe because it's not necessarily a problem for everybody, but it has literally zero nighttime performance. Like, it can't pick up any light. You're completely dependent on the sunlight on this thing. So if you plan to use this even somewhat at nighttime, other than, the first bit of, dusk, when it gets dark, like, it's just, there's nothing. It's picking up nothing. So if night vision or night performance is what you need, you're going to need to spend more money or buy a different brand to get that. It's not here. The second knock on this, again, which is maybe more of a pick, it's not like an issue because not really nothing wrong with it. But the only video mode it records is .mov, and I personally prefer if it was just MP4 like everything else from an editing standpoint. And then the last thing about this is again, it's kind of I don't know if this is really like a serious issue. It comes with a lot of like mounting equipment. Some of it's kind of cheap. I do like this, the waterproof case. This thing's fine. The buttons are you have to really push them down pretty hard to make it actually touch the button on it. And if you push too hard, like even if you have this cranked down pretty hard, like on the mount, sometimes you'll be pushing this so hard to get it to start recording or turn it on that this thing will move a little bit, and then you'll have to take my helmet off again. It's just a little annoying, but it's not like a sticking point. But that's it. Overall, really great value if this is kind of the sweet spot you're looking for. Maybe if you need better nighttime performance, you might want to go with a name brand or GoPro. But otherwise, this is enough probably for most people. And last, one point of caution that I kind of is a learning thing for me, because it really does give you 4K 60 FPS, and I didn't even realize this, but if you need a decent computer to really edit 4K 60 FPS, the file's really big, it's really heavy. So if you're using a computer that's like even 5 years old, you might find, you take it out of the box, like, great, now I got this capability, and then it's so heavy and so hard for your computer to work with, you might end up just, even though you spent the money to get this, you're gonna end up just recording in HD 60 FPS anyway, because when you go to edit it, it's overkill, or your computer can't do the rendering, and it makes it it's overspec. And I was all paranoid about getting at a minimum 4K 60 FPS, and then you actually go and look, and it's obviously it looks nicer in 4K 60 FPS, but it can make editing a headache if you don't have the right computer and software, etc. So think about that when you're buying this. You might actually be better off going off with the cheaper option, although I will say this does have the good image stabilizations, and you can always walk it back down to HD. So for the extra, depending on whether it's on sale or not, the extra $30 to $40, this still might be the better choice, just because you can always walk it back. Last, I have a test video, so if you want to watch that, stick around, or if not, thank you for listening.